Hello and welcome to The Purpose Pursuit with me, Hannah Miller, and...
me, Laura McClellan.
Hello.
Hello.
Christmas earring.
Christmas pirate.
Christmas pirate, you do look like a Christmas pirate. It is the week before Christmas, and so we're going into full festive.
All through the house.
But obviously you are not prepared for Christmas clothing, so we thought we'd put a decoration on your ear.
Yeah, so I've just got a little heart bauble decoration hanging off my gold hoop.
Made by a friend of mine, I think made by Mel.
Thank you, Mel, for this.
Thank you for that. I'm wearing my one and only Christmassy
it's lovely
jumper. Anyone who's been watching The Purpose Pursuit for a while will know that this comes out at this time of year every year. I don't have any others. Are you excited for Christmas?
I absolutely am.
First Christmas in your little home.
I know. I've been excited since the 1st of November when the Christmas tree went up.
1st of November?
Yeah, I mean, it might have been the second.
Hang on, I don't know this.
I kept it a secret from you.
You kept it a secret from me?
Because I knew you'd be angry.
You knew I'd be angry?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me sound like an irrational, angry person. Why would I be angry?
I don't know. Well, I just tell everyone it's because I'm grieving, so I just need a bit of joy in my life in November.
So you know I have a friend, Zoe, who also puts her tree up very early.
Yeah.
I wonder if hers was earlier than you or not.
Maybe.
She would have
we
it.
just
How
knew.
long will you keep it up for, though? That's the other thing. Are you a late putter-downerer?
Well, isn't it traditional that you're meant to do, like, is it called Epiphany after Christmas? Where
Yeah, which
it's
is
like
the 10th day.
The 10th day.
I think so.
I think I might be a bit traditional this year, you know?
And put it down then.
Yeah. I do get to a point, I think, where I'm like, I just want the house back to normal.
Totally.
It feels a bit, like, overwhelming.
Totally.
But
some people leave it up really late.
yeah.
I wonder what I bet some people leave them up all year.
All year round?
I always... Every single year, there will be, I will say to myself, the challenge is that every decoration will go back in the box before it goes in the loft. And every single year I leave something out.
Yeah.
Every year. And I think every year I've done it, haha. And then this year I left the mistletoe hanging outside.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Very romantic.
That's a new one, the mistletoe. I like to add a little decoration every year.
Yeah.
Something new. This is, I think, also a new one. I'm not sure it's come from. Laura, just before we started recording, it's a snow globe for audio listeners. Laura said...
What's that liquid?
That's Jesus
It
and
is.
Mary.
Yeah, that's actually beautiful.
Joseph.
And a Christmas
tree.
And
because that's probably what it was like
Yeah, I
in
think
Bethlehem.
that's an amazing depiction.
A Christmas tree. And this is another snow globe with just a little snowy deer in. But Laura said, what is the liquid inside it?
How on earth can that be water? I actually don't understand. It looks like some sort of like goopy slimy, viscous liquid.
Ooh, get you scientific.
Oh, there we go. But how on earth?
I think it is just water. I've broken several of these
but how
over
do
the
you
years.
even put the water in?
Levi's got a massive collection of snow globes, as you know, for all the countries that we've ever visited. Well, to be honest, he probably wouldn't collect them anymore, but we've fixated with continuing to collect them now. It's become a family fixation of snow globes. But we have broken them, and I'm sure it's water.
But does the water go out of date?
Well, as in you couldn't drink it. I mean, if you drank it, there's also bits flying around.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, is it drinking water? How do you get the water in that?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. Snow globe manufacturers of the world. If you want to get in touch, Laura would love to visit one of your factories and learn about how it works.
That. My second top strength is learner, so this means a lot to me.
I'm going to do some Googling later. Have you bought me a nice Christmas present?
Yeah.
Have you actually bought it yet, truthfully, at the time of recording?
In my heart, I've brought it.
Have you? In your heart. I love that.
But I have got it. I know what it's going to be.
So I could just say that was not truthful.
A bit of a liar, aren't I?
Oh, my gosh.
The thing is, because I believe so much in my heart that I know what I'm getting you, it's almost as if I've already bought it for you.
It's called that's called...
I'm manifesting the present.
Fair enough. Are you going to actually manifest it on the day, or will it actually appear as an actual present?
I should probably just order it.
I also haven't ordered or bought yours yet. But I didn't
lie about it. Is it going to be a copy of The Purpose Pursuit?
Oh, gosh. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.
You shouldn't have.
I've signed it.
Oh, my goodness.
By the author. No. I thought, because it's Christmas coming, and we want to be festive. Oh, you're taking your little pirate earring off.
I need to be serious now.
Yeah, we're going to do a very serious episode of a look back of the year, a bit like a Spotify Wrapped, for us, for The Purpose Pursuit, for just everyone listening. It'll hopefully be humorous. We're not going to talk about all the difficult things today. We're going to just talk about moments from the year.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with some easy ones. I've made some lists.
Okay, fab.
So the first one is easy. Best book you've read.
Okay, so it was
think
actually
carefully. The answer to every question.
the best book I've read is The Purpose Pursuit by Hannah Miller.
Oh my
8
gosh,
steps
same.
to
It was my best
the
book of
life
the
you're
year as
searching
well.
for.
Here it is. No, all joking aside, you have read that several times on the basis that you could probably write it out yourself in full. What was the best book you read this year?
The best book, I read it quite early on, so I peaked quite soon. But
that's
it was
a shame.
called Flowers for Algernon. I mean, I think it's classified as sci-fi, but only because there's a slight element of that. It's
Who
really
are
not
you?
sci-fi. I don't know. I mean, it was David's book that I decided to read, but I cried. I actually cried at it. It was beautiful. It basically, without like giving too much away, it tells a story of. Oh, I've actually forgotten what it.
Is that good? You can't remember what the story is that it tells.
Do you know what? I'm just not.
Don't
I'm not
spoil
gonna
it
spoil
for
it.
people. Don't spoil it for
I
people.
do know what it's about, but I'm not going to spoil
Okay,
it.
I think that's. I am so intrigued now to read this
But I
sci-fi
cried.
book of David.
It actually has a beautiful message behind it, and you really get invested in the character, and you see like a demise and a decline towards the end. It's really upsetting. That's why I cried.
Well, I also am not a sci-fi person. This is a total aside and not my book of the year. But I have previously read. Oh gosh, what's that book called with Rocky in it? The second book by Andy Weir that's coming out at the cinema soon. Project Hail Mary. That's also sci-fi, and that made me cry. Really? And I am also not a sci-fi person.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. But those are not my best book of the year,
No,
although
what's
that is
your
yours.
best book?
Well, I was going to say The Wedding People because I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that, but I also loved Frederick Backman's books. 2 I read this year that I hadn't read before, which was A Man Called Uwe and My Friends. But I kind of have to put Frederick Backman into he's my favourite of all the time.
I read Beartown this year. I actually just forgot. That was amazing too.
That's
really
a 3-parter.
Good. Yeah.
Anything by him is a winner. Although there are people out there that would give him 1 star. Who are they?
Yeah, absolutely.
But aside from him, I'll go with The Wedding People. I really, really enjoyed it. Lovely read about a woman who books herself into a hotel that she's always wanted to go to. Her marriages fell apart. She's in a bad place. It's quite a darkly funny book. She arrives. Everyone else at the hotel are wedding guests. And it's about the collision of their lives, the friendship she makes. And it's just, you read it too, didn't you?
It was. I've never read a book like it.
It's good, isn't it?
It did have some like naughty words in it and stuff.
Ooh,
I was like, how is Hannah recommending this?
I know, I do read quite a few books with naughty words in.
Yeah, well. Flowers for Algernon doesn't have naughty words.
Any naughty words in. Okay, so those are our best books of the year. Excellent. Apart from obviously the standout winner.
Best-selling.
Well, no, we don't know that.
Chart-topping.
Okay. Song or album you have done to death. Or favourite, could be both, but I do things to death.
Well, I have a terrible taste in music, like generally, a really bad taste.
Yeah.
Anything that's in the top 40 charts.
I'm just going to do the snow globes while you talk.
Oh, yeah. Anything in the top 40, I absolutely love. Anything that comes on the radio and I can bop along to.
Why does that make it terrible?
Because
music
I feel
snobs
like,
would say that's terrible.
Well, exactly.
Laura.
And I'm married to someone who's very musical. He plays every instrument.
I'm very musical and I can appreciate the top 40. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, yeah, that's a controversial statement. For example, Levi, your youngest, loves this guy called Yeet. And one of the songs came on the radio a few weeks ago. I was like, this is absolutely incredible.
This is a bop.
I was doing this dance that my sister taught me like this to it. And Levi was like, okay, Alexa, put the song on. Oh, I hope Alexa doesn't.
We don't, Alexa never listens to us.
No, she doesn't. And then instantly, as I started dancing, Levi said, Alexa, turn off.
Stop now.
Yeah, so I kind of like anything in the charts. I love kind of pop music and stuff. But one of my favourite albums of the year is called Night by Jonathan Ogden.
Okay.
My friend Zoe took me to see him a few weeks ago, actually, as a surprise, like very last minute. It was lovely. Like, it's very reflective, sort of gentle music. I have it in the background when I'm working from home.
Love that.
He lost his mum this year, and so there's one of the songs is like dedicated to her, and he's quite real about things, and I've really enjoyed that on a real level.
Love that. Yeah. Do you have a favourite Christmassy song? What's your favourite Christmas song?
Okay, it's Mistletoe by Justin Bieber.
You said that with a hint of shame.
I know, because it is a bit dreadful, but I just love it.
Do you have a favourite Christmas carol?
Does that count as a carol?
No, Laura.
Okay,
do you sing it at church in a carol service? I hope not.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows? I really like Hark the Herald Angels. You know the
Okay.
bit at the end when the people who can sing, like in the choir, go like up an octave or something?
Right.
And it all just sounds like a big explosion and it's like really high pitched.
Love that.
I really like that bit of it.
I love all of your answers here. I think album or songs I've done to death probably include Olivia Dean.
Yeah. Oh,
Done
my
to death
goodness.
this year. There's a few
Yeah.
other things I've done to death here. We go into a phase
We do.
earlier in the year. What was it in the early of the part of the year? And then we're like, I can't listen to this anymore. I've killed it.
I actually can't
No,
remember.
I can't
Maybe
remember.
we can.
Maybe we can resurrect
Yeah,
it.
maybe we can. But we do. We basically listen and listen and
Yeah,
listen.
we
and
do.
listen.
So that's probably mine. Love her, Olivia Dean. I think she's brilliant. And I'm going to refrain from being one of those people that needs to say that they were an early adopter of Olivia Dean.
Yeah.
But I
you
am.
were.
It does really annoy me actually when people do that. That's a buggy thing for
Yeah.
me. I was there before the crowds. Anyway, Christmas song. I think it has to be Wham! Last Christmas,
a
or. And the bells,
Pogues.
yeah, the Pogues,
Yeah,
Misery.
that was
I like
my
that
dad's
too.
favourite too.
Was it?
Yeah.
The bell,
But that has naughty words.
and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. So bad. And then my favourite carol. Oh, it's find the trouble when you say your favourite, you might change your mind.
Yeah.
Which I guess you can change your mind. Oh, Holy Night.
Oh, that's a beautiful
It
one.
is beautiful.
Yeah, that's a
one.
beautiful one.
Beautiful one. Now, what we didn't cover yet before we got into these things is, by the way, we're at that time of year when Oxford have come out with their word of the year.
Yeah. What's
Which
this?
is?
Word of the year this year.
Okay. The word of the year this year is rage bait.
Yeah.
And rage baiting is when you look at things on the internet that make you cross, or the algorithms are also trying to put things in front of you and you're finding yourself getting cross.
Yeah.
Has anything made you cross this year on the internet?
Well, I actually watched a video about rage bait, like learning more about it, because people get
'Cause you're a
really.
learner.
I'm a learner, and people get really rich and famous from
Rage
like being
baiting
rage
people.
baiting influencers, which is a bit ridiculous, really. But there's one woman who washes ducks in a bathtub with themed like cleaning equipment. So it might be pink cleaning up equipment for these ducks in a bathtub.
And these,
she
hang on.
Yeah.
And the ducks are
Real life.
not rubber duckies. They
no,
are.
they have feathers.
Does she own these ducks?
I don't know where she gets her ducks from, but her ducks are in a row.
Because if they're not her ducks, do they want to be cleaned?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how often you're meant to wash a duck either.
Would you not? They live on a lake,
I know,
don't
I feel
they?
like-
Don't they wash themselves?
I feel like water does that, doesn't
Nobody
it?
washes the ducks at Sutton Park.
Well, maybe they need to be
Maybe
washed.
they
Maybe
do.
she's onto something.
Okay, so she washes them
She
in
washes
a
these
posh
ducks
bath.
in her normal bath, but she's got all these like themed cleaning equipment things and like basically she does massive Amazon orders, and then it's a lot of like plastic waste and stuff. And because it's so, you just can't wrap your head around it, people react to it, and then it makes people,
Cross, because they're
makes
saying,
people
how can you
cross.
wash ducks when there are...
what are you doing?
Things.
So much plastic waste, all of that. And then it gets engagement and likes and comments and all sorts.
And even that guy, who I think's quite funny, who does the Povo videos, what's his
Yeah,
name? He's often calling out things, isn't he?
Yeah.
That are rage baity when you watch them as they're like people making lunch for there was one that got me cross, which was somebody making their lunch for their child, and they'd got all these, I mean, it was absurd, tiny little pockets in these lunch boxes of all these things that they'd ordered, and like mega amounts of money on packed lunches for toddlers. And he often re-shows those videos,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
that's
What's he
rage
called?
bait.
Shabazz.
Yeah, Shabazz says.
Yeah,
that's
Shabazz
his
says
account,
that's
isn't
it. So that's getting me cross when you watch those things. Apparently, the runner-up words, I've written these down because I wasn't going to get it right. The runner-up words are aura farming. Aura farming is the cultivation of an impressive, attractive, or a charismatic persona or a public image by behaving or presenting oneself in a way intended to subtly convey an air of confidence, coolness, or mystique.
Okay, so
we are not aura farmers. We are not. There is definitely no subtle conveyance of confidence, coolness, or mystique. You just said the best song was Justin Bieber's Mistletoe, so you have got no aura farming. It's all farmed away.
I am not a farmer
of aura.
No,
and neither am I.
Absolutely not.
Who is an aura? Who would be in the aura farmer? Like somebody would Timothy Chalamet be an aura farmer?
Yeah, I think so. I've seen memes where, you know, like the compilations of people falling over and stuff, and it will say like minus 1,000 aura, so you can lose aura.
Well, we're
doing something stupid.
Minus figures.
I would hate to know what mine is. But yeah, probably Timothy Chalamet. He's quite cool and mysterious.
Yeah, he is.
I don't really know who else.
No, he's the only person I can currently think of. There must be other aura farmers.
Maybe like Tom Holland as well, if we're in that same...
Okay, what about women aura farmers?
Oh, Zendaya.
Is she? Do you think so?
Yeah,
coolness,
I really rate her. She's
mystique,
so cool.
air of confidence, impressive,
Olivia
attractive.
Dean.
Do you
Olivia
think so?
Dean, I think she...
Is she aura farmers? Okay, biohacking. To attempt to improve or optimise one's physical or mental performance, health, longevity or well-being by altering one's diet, exercise routine or lifestyle, or by using other means such as drug supplements or technological devices. I don't understand that because I just think, isn't that making healthy choices? Why is it called biohacking?
I feel like we have to give everything a name.
So if I take a vitamin, I'm biohacking. Or I wear an Apple Watch that tells me how I sleep.
Gosh,
which, by the way, it doesn't because it's broken. Times 1,000. Yeah, it is to have. I don't understand why we're making that. Maybe I don't understand the word. What is biohacking as opposed to just I'm going to make a healthy choice? So cold plunging, am I biohacking?
Yeah,
does that add to my aura farming?
Yeah, absolutely. You are an absolute aura farmer right now.
When I do that, I'm in high aura farming.
You're in your combine harvester of aura. You're harvesting the aura by the gallon.
Excellent. I love that. Okay. Best film you've watched this year?
But don't we need to say our phrase of the year?
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. What's our phrase of the year? What phrase do you say a lot?
So I've asked my family, what phrase do I say a lot? And they said, not my portion.
As in, this is not mine.
This is not
for
me.
This is not for me.
Not for me.
You say that when I send you things that are gross as well.
Not my portion.
Yeah, not going to do this.
Not my portion.
You say it when you don't want to do your job. Can you send an email?
Not my portion.
Could you actually do something that you paid for?
Absolutely. Sometimes when I look at like what my husband eats in his meal preps, not my portion.
No, well, he's also not a vegetarian, so
no, he's not.
There would be that issue as well.
And he's not fussy either.
No.
So yeah, not my portion. Also, another one is I'm hungry.
Yeah, you do.
I say that
You're snacky.
Little snack.
Have a little snack.
Yeah.
I think the phrase of the year I've heard a lot this year in my family, as in my sister, it is what it is. She says, and my dad both said that loads this year. It is what it is. But I don't know what I say. What do I say?
You say by the purpose pursuit.
I do say by the purpose pursuit. By the purpose pursuit, available now, no budget. I also say, can I just say?
Yeah.
That's something I say.
Yeah.
When I'm about to say something that's annoyed me, perhaps, or needs public attention, I'll go, can I just say? And then I launch into it.
Of course you can say.
I've also thought of a rage baity thing that bothers me. Can I just say how annoying it is when people make comments like, oh, boys will be boys? That rage baits me.
That really annoys you.
Really wildly annoys me. I'm like, what does that mean? How dare that be okay in this current day and age? And also, can I just say, sometimes I've read a couple of books lately and the main characters have been so unbelievably privileged, it's really bugged me too. So, and I'm aware I'm privileged too. Minus 1,000 aura. Okay. We're going to go into further lowing aura in a minute, but before we do, what is the best film you've watched this year? We aren't massive film watchers.
No, we both haven't been to the cinema this year.
No, but I have actually once. At the beginning of the year, I think with Sam, and it was we went to the...
Yeah, you did the new one.
Yeah, but I can't remember what we watched.
Well, I'm a bit weird, and I hate anything...
Everything?
I hate everything. I hate anything violent, because I just think the world's too...
You can't do psychological thrillers.
I can't do anything stressful. I need to watch PGs at the very most. Universal is my ideal. So with that, the one film that I can
narrows
watch,
it down a lot.
that doesn't have violence, it does have like, scary moments, but I find it really interesting, is Interstellar.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually not a PG.
I know, I think it might be a 12, which is the most I've ever watched in my life. And I did wait until I was about 15 to watch my first 12. I just can't stand anything scary, but Interstellar is an absolute... I mean,
it is a great film.
It's a masterpiece.
I'm with you on that, and I'm impressed that you're in there, because that's not your normal.
No, honestly,
your aura farming's gone up a bit.
I feel like my posture's changed as I've said this. Like,
I suddenly feel like
I've actually watched an adult film.
As
we're talking about masterpieces, of course, it has to be Shrek as well.
That's your go-to, isn't it?
That's my absolute go-to.
How many times do you think you've watched Shrek? Do you relate to Donkey as a person?
I would just relate to all of them. Did you know I have Shrek slippers and a Shrek hoodie sort of thing that my brother-in-law bought me for Christmas last year? Aww. But I want to bring my slippers here. But it basically they're massive, they're absolutely ginormous, and they have Shrek's face on the front of them.
Bring them.
But I trip over them and I slide down the stairs.
I've fallen down the stairs. Things like that down the stairs. I've done that before. They are hazards.
Do you know, a few years, this is completely off topic, a few years ago, we, at home, we have a fake Christmas tree that Mum and Dad bought donkey's years ago. And so we got it down from the
loft.
From the loft, that's the word. And then it basically fell straight onto the stairs, and I rode the Christmas tree down the stairs. And it was the scariest moment of my life.
This is pre-Shrek.
I genuinely saw my life flash before my eyes, because for some reason I was trying to catch it as it came down from the loft, and I straddled it and rode it.
How old were you?
Probably about 16. It was not that long ago.
Can you say Matt, our producer, is nearly dying in the corner?
He was I was literally, I saw my life.
What did your mum and dad do?
Well, they get it a lot. They really do get it a lot. So
what do you mean they get it a lot? They often ride Christmas tree stands. They're professional Christmas tree.
Just ride a Christmas tree down the stairs. Well, the thing is, my dad had a big thing about me and stairs. He'd hear me going boom, 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 down the stairs. He's like, Laura! And so anything to do with stairs, my family were very stern about. So they probably didn't find it as funny as we did, because I've been to A&E going down the stairs.
Yes,
I twisted my arm. Do you remember when I texted you saying, sorry, Hannah, I'm going to be a bit late to work.
Yes, I did.
I've fallen down the stairs.
I do, but you weren't on a Christmas tree that time.
No, I was just flying down the stairs.
Actually, one of my children once, I think it was Jude. I can't remember which one. No, it wasn't Jude. It was Levi. Definitely Levi. We'd got the surfboards out of the loft ready for a holiday, and Levi rode it down the stairs intentionally.
Are you joking? Oh,
and he was about 3. Because he's got no sense of fear, has he?
Yeah.
No, okay. that was a little insight into him as a person, right there.
Absolutely.
If I tell you the Christmas tree story, you may well do it. Where on earth were we?
I was talking about Shrek. Films. Tell me your best film this year.
Okay, I think I watched this right at the beginning of the year. It's not a brand new film, but I loved Coda. Children of... No.
Yeah? Is it?
Deaf adults. Yeah, so lost confidence. Children of Deaf Adults is what Coda stands for. But this is a brilliant, brilliant film. I think it was Oscar winning, or something winning. And it's about this teenage girl who can hearing children of deaf adults, and her parents are deaf and her brother is deaf, and it's funny but it's emotional because she wants to sing. And obviously they can't hear her, and they don't understand how much it means to her because they can't hear. And they're a family, they're a fishing family. That's what they all do for a living. So it's literally the furthest you could get away from something like that. And it's about her journey around that, and it's very funny, but it also makes you have a proper cry. Good cry, though. Good cry. You know, not grief cry. Good cry. So I massively recommend. It's a great family film too. Really recommend that film. I think it is. I've just said that, and it might be really not appropriate. Oh my gosh.
Check
Maybe
IMDb.
not young. Probably not young children. Actually, I've just thought of something that happens in it, but it's not. Don't panic. You can watch this.
It's not violent.
My favourite Christmas film. Well, I love It's a Wonderful Life. That was my mum's favourite.
I've never watched
It's really cryy. It's a cryy black and whitey about a man who black and whitey, meaning it was a black and white
Yeah,
film.
it's quite old, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an old film. Very famous man in it, whose name I've forgotten. I'm going to say James Dean. Probably isn't him, just might have made that up. James someone. Stewart. And he has got a family, and he has decided that he doesn't think it's worth living anymore, and it's Christmas time. And the whole film is about him becoming aware of what the world would be like without him in it.
I think I might have to give this
It's really lovely.
Yeah.
It's a really lovely film. And my mum loved that film, so that reminds me of Christmas a lot. But I also like Elf.
Elf is my favourite,
I
and
like
also
Elf.
Nativity.
Yeah,
I
funny.
love Nativity.
There are some good ones out there.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, controversial. I don't love Love Actually.
I don't like it either. No.
Why don't you like it? Although I know somebody who's in it, Joanna Page. I know her, went on holiday with her, but that's not the point.
I don't really like the ending.
Well, let's not say the ending in case people haven't watched it.
I think it's a good film.
The Emma
It's
Thompson thing upsets me.
No, it gets me every time. I think, and
It's
also
meant to, I guess.
because it's Snape, isn't it, who does it to her?
It is actual Snape.
And I actually
He's wearing his Snape clothes.
He's wearing his cloak, but yeah.
Alan Rickman is his name, Laura.
But I really like Snape, and I don't want to be angry at him when I watch Harry Potter.
No,
So I can't watch it. It can't
that is
ruin
fair.
Harry Potter
No, that's
for
fair.
me.
Also, I also don't like the scene. Sorry if you've not watched Love Actually, but I don't like the bit where Keira Knightley's character is getting married to a guy and the best friend loves her.
Yeah.
What would you think if your best friend knocked on the door to David and held up signs saying, I know we can't be together, but I think you're amazing and I love you and you're gorgeous. And that was okay because I need to get that off my chest.
That would be minus aura, wouldn't it?
It would
I'd
be minus
raging.
friendship, I think.
I think so.
So for me, that whole thing, the whole Emma Thompson is just upsetting. She's brilliant, but it's really upsetting. So I don't know. For me, it's not the Christmas cheer of Love Actually.
No, absolutely not. I'm going to stick
Elf
to
all the
Nativity
way.
or Elf.
Holiday as well.
Yeah,
I do like Holiday.
I
do
watch
like
that
Holiday.
not just at Christmas as well.
You
I just
are
like
allowed.
it.
You
are
allowed.
allowed.
Christmas films are not just for Christmas, like To Puppies are not just for Christmas. Fine. What about, have you watched a good TV show this year? Probably one you've already watched before. Oh, Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore
again.
Girls, The Office. Honestly, I haven't really watched
No,
much
new
more than
things.
that.
No,
I
you don't
I
haven't
really
watched
watch
new things.
And also, we don't have a TV license, so we just have Netflix and Prime.
There are shows on Netflix and Prime, Laura, that you could engage with that
Yeah,
are not
but
just rewatches.
A lot of them are scary. A lot of them
Yeah, that's
have
true.
like adult themes that I just don't want to be in. I'm not into that.
And we
I-
were just discussing, there's a lot of grief in a lot of things.
Yeah, so
if you don't want to be
so
reminded
many
of that, I'm
things
just
have
doing the snow
grief
globes
in.
again.
Yeah, more than you think. So I like to keep it light.
Yeah.
I like to keep it airy fairy.
You wouldn't. My best show this year is Slow Horses,
You love
but
that.
I don't think you could cope with it. Also, the main character is so slobby. I don't think you could actually handle how slobby gross he is.
No, I don't like.
I mean, it's meant to be triggering to watch him. When he eats noodles, it's like this.
No, absolutely not.
He wouldn't cope.
Absolutely not.
I know.
No.
I don't cope with that very well either. Worst meal you've eaten this year? That was your suggestion.
This is my suggestion because this year I learned how to cook.
Strong.
Round of
That's
applause,
strong
please.
words.
Basically, I've learned
You've
how to
done better,
order
much
HelloFresh.
better. Yeah, and then prepare and cook
the
it.
food that they've recipeed for me, laid out for me in the order that they've told me to do it. Just about.
You're doing brilliant.
I'm actually doing all right, you know. I am learning. But a few weeks ago, I forgot. I'm really smug about making sure I pick really good options.
It's really annoying when you forget on
It's
HelloFresh.
really annoying, but
and also,
yeah.
why doesn't HelloFresh make sensible choices?
Absolutely. So, to my absolute shock and horror, we were given, because I forgot to click it, a butter bean soup.
Oh dear. I'm sure
And
David was like, great, can I have a roast chicken with that?
Literally. So he hates any sort of beans. He just likes chicken and broccoli and rice, basically. And so here was a bowl of absolute butter bean slop.
Oh, Levi would have
cheesy
been
butter bean,
beside
butter bean.
himself with depression if I'd have given him that.
The thing is, for a butter bean soup, it was the best it could be. Like, there's only so high you can
And
fly.
did you prepare it well?
Well, I think, like, I did all the bits that it told me to.
But it wasn't good.
It was It was absolutely horrendous.
What did you do? Did you go, we need to abort or add? Did you let David eat other things?
Well, do you know what's even worse about this?
What?
So we get a free gift with HelloFresh because of the deal we signed
Yes.
up. So each
Yes.
week we get the like goo puddings
Yeah.
or the cinnamon rolls you make yourself.
We're literally an advert here for
Yeah, we
HelloFresh. You feel free to sponsor us.
I literally forgot to even click the free gift.
Oh,
So
I
we had
did that
butter bean
once
soup
too.
and no cinnamon rolls. So he was really upset at me that week.
Oh, that is upsetting.
Yeah.
My worst meal is, I don't have a good story as you, but it is always what somebody else has ordered. I wished I'd had. But we did have a funny worst meal scenario. We had my dad to stay, and it's the weekend of my mum's funeral. So we've just had the Thanksgiving service for mum. And we are moving my son into his new temporary home in Oxford to start his new job. And me and Sam and Dad and Noah and Amelie are together. Can't remember why the other two aren't there. They're not. And we were like, let's go to this really nice pub for a meal. And we're having a nice time, but my dad's chosen the pork, and he's saying, it's quite tough, Hannah, the pork is. And I asked the waitress to come over and to give us a steak knife to help him with his pork. So the steak knife comes and Dad's cutting it more effectively. About another couple of minutes in, Dad turns to me and says, my tooth's come out, or tooth, depending on where you come from. I'm from Birmingham, we say tooth. My tooth/tooth has come out, and he's got it there in his hand. I know.
That's really
I
bad.
know. It's horrendous.
That would not happen with butter bean soup,
And
Hannah.
I know, it wouldn't. And my dad, who is has the potential to be cantankerous, does not cope with public things. Like, he will tell you, I don't like this, or I don't like that, or whatever, but, oh, don't make a fuss, don't make a fuss. Well, I just gently got up and spoke to the waitress and said, my dad's tooth has come out whilst eating the pork, and she's mortified. And so she scuttles off and she said, I'm so sorry. She scuttles off and she comes back and she said, we've spoken to the chef, who I then feel terrible for because I don't want the chef to be in trouble. But they do kind of need to know my dad lost a tooth. It's quite bad. And the manager is really sorry. And he's going to give you half of the price of your meals back. And well, I thought they meant Dad's meal, or we'd have Dad's meal for free. And then they said half off the bill, and we're like, oh, that's really kind. Anyway, manager then scuttles over and has to fill in lots of forms because I guess Dad's had a physical injury in the building.
An emergency.
I know. And then they say you can have we're completely writing your whole meal off.
That is amazing.
So what went from worst meal turned into best meal because I'd offered to pay. So I was a winner, and I'd said, we'll get Dad's dinner tonight, and obviously you're not paying Dad. So we'd offered to pay. So it cost me $0. And Dad's like, great, well, I've got a several £100 dental cost. But the good news is the dentist did it for £29.50 or whatever.
And also, didn't he get a voucher too?
And Dad got an email, we're so sorry, and Dad got £150 of vouchers. Thank you, Michelin Butlers.
Thank you, Michelin Butlers, for that.
Yeah, so we're all winners, except for my dad's situation. That worst meal became a good meal.
Except for his canine.
And the moral of that story is you can say something's not okay and without being a horrible person about it.
You can advocate for yourself.
You can, gently and nicely, and get vouchers. What's the most eaten food this year? Because you go through fads, so do I.
My fad at the moment is...
This is so embarrassing. I know what you're going to say.
Pomegranate seeds.
That is so aura minus a million because although you are biohacking.
I'm biohacking. Well, I love how they burst in the mouth.
I know, I do like them.
But then the bit after when you're basically eating a twig is not my favourite.
No, that's not. I do like pomegranate seeds. I've eaten lots of them this year, often on my porridge.
Yeah.
But I've eaten eggs on toast on Jason's sourdough religiously this year, haven't I?
It is ridiculous. Well, usually it's actually just one egg, which I think is it even worth it? Surely you will burn more calories chewing than eating one egg.
You're not into eggs, are you really?
I am into eggs, but not when I make, like, when David cooks eggs, I'll eat them.
Okay, you don't cook them
But
for yourself.
I'm not going near an egg.
But we have both eaten more Jason's sourdough probably than any other product this year.
Business.
I think so.
I bring my slices of Jason's wrapped in foil
You
to
do,
work.
because you couldn't possibly eat mine.
Absolutely not.
You had a recent Jason's
debacle.
You did?
I did. The Sainsbury's delivery guy, because that's our new thing, a Sainsbury's delivery,
Excellent.
came to the door and said, I'm so sorry, there is a substitute today. I was like, that is absolutely... I mean, even if he said, here's a live chicken, I'd be like, yes, no problem.
Because you also did.
That's
a
fine.
live chicken.
I really want one of these.
I want the Sainsbury's man to bring one.
I'll just wash it in my bathtub.
With pink products.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, okay, what is it? He said, well, there's no Jason sourdough. Instead, you've got a Terry's chocolate orange.
Which is like, what?
That sounds absolutely incredible.
You do know you'd have to pay for the chocolate orange, wouldn't you?
No, I think they just chop
do you
it
know
off,
this?
I have no idea. I just like to think that they'd...
So if
they
they
wouldn't make you buy it, surely.
Why?
But
why wouldn't they make you buy it?
kindness.
So every time they substitute, so if you wanted a cheese and tomato pizza and they bring you a pepperoni one, that's a free item.
No, I think it's the cost of the thing that you were going to buy.
I think you've made that up, and I actually think you have no evidence for that.
I don't.
So
actually
you're
have
thinking,
evidence.
great, Jason sourdough, nice Mr. Corporate Man, that's £2. Terry's chocolate orange is £5. You're just going to give me that out of the goodness of your kindness, Sainsbury's heart.
Yeah, because they aren't delivering what they've promised.
Don't you think they'd go the other way and give you a slightly under thing?
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
Anyway,
well,
it wasn't a Terry's orange. Anyway.
It was actually just Sainsbury's own sourdough.
That
made
it disappointing.
It was a bit
Although you can't eat eggs on a Terry's chocolate orange.
No, but last year, as part of a balanced diet, I had a Terry's chocolate orange as I ate an actual
orange. That's a very good idea. We should do that one of the days at work. We should definitely do that. We're going to be here forever because we now maybe need to do just a couple of other things. What is your I can't believe I did that moment of the year? I mean, there will be a lot of back catalogue for you to pull from.
There's a lot. And again, I asked the family, and I've got a list from my husband that he keeps of things. So there's a few. One being that we bought a house this year, and in the whole decision fatigue, just get this house sorted moment, I painted our living room, hallway, kitchen purple instead of white. Because I didn't buy any testers, I didn't try any. I just thought that one will do, and it was lavender. Our whole house was lavender.
When did you realise you'd done it?
After I'd painted 3 coats.
Over the whole of the downstairs?
Yeah. I wasted so much money, so much time, and I was going, no, it's not lavender, it's not. But it was purple. We had a purple.
Could you not look at what was it called? Right, tell me what this was called.
Just walnut. But it wasn't walnut. It was just lavender. And I was really upset about it.
Did you take it back and say, how can it be purple if it's called just walnut?
No, instead I then bought green paint because I thought I was going to have a green spare room. And then I actually then went into the bathroom to test it on the bathroom wall, and it was literally the colour of green snot vomit.
Why didn't you test it on the actual...
As in, I didn't buy a tester. I bought like £50 worth of green paint. So then I've got purple downstairs, green upstairs.
Can I ask why you tested it in a different room to the room it was going in as well? That sounds a bit niche.
I completely lost my mind at this point.
I think you did.
A few other things I did was I thought that paper was thin slices of a tree.
Yeah, I know
branch.
that. I was there.
What else did I do? I do actually have a list.
Oh my gosh. I can't compete with this. Well, go on.
I got off the bus randomly after leaving here. I panicked. I just absolutely panicked when I was about 1/4 of the way into my journey. And I just rang the bell on the bus and got off the bus.
Because you'd rang the bell?
Because I rang the bell. And so as he then pulled in, I was thinking, what? Who rang the bell? And then I thought, oh my gosh, that's me. I've rang the bell. But it was nowhere near where I needed to be. It was ridiculous, and the next bus was almost an hour away.
Because you got off, rather than being a grown-up and said to the driver, I accidentally pressed the button.
Whoops. Instead, I said, thank you so much. This is,
thanks, my gosh.
Have a great day. And
did you not think Hannah's going to kill me when I tell her this story?
Yeah. And it was ridiculous, and I had an hour to think about what I'd done.
Oh my God. I mean, to be fair, I accidentally... this year was given a gift after speaking at an event, and I was with my friend Dory in a coffee shop, and I was going through the goodie bag and went, oh, look at this, and I opened this little matchbox of little brown balls, and it said, oh, I think these are like those it says seed balls on the front. I think they're like those little chocolatey, proteiny thingies. I'm going to have one. And I said, do you want one? She declines because she's sensible. Even though English is a second language, she still knew it wasn't a good idea from what it said on the outside. I put it in my mouth and suddenly realised, I'm eating a ball of mud.
That's meant for birds.
And I'm like, it's meant for birth. Well, or that you plant the seeds in the garden and they grow. Yeah. And I'm going, my mouth's frothing mud. And Dory's hysterical. And I've just finished speaking as a keynote speaker at an event. And I'm frothing at the mouth with mud in the middle of the city centre in a really aura coffee shop. Minus a million aura farming.
Minus a million.
And biohacking minus a million. And I'm going, I can't get rid of the mud. It's gritty in my teeth. But this coffee shop has no toilets or sink. So I'm right up at the bench, and everyone who's coming to buy their coffee can see what I've done and is laughing at me. And I'm getting tissues and like wiping my tongue with the tissues to try and get the mud out of my mouth. I've only got tea, so I can't swill. So in the end, they let me go around the back, and I use the sink of the kitchen and spit out the mud.
That is horrendous. I know.
So that was probably, I can't believe I did that.
But almost biohacking with the seeds, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I did feel a bit odd.
Yeah.
I bet
you
have grown a few plants inside. Most awkward moment?
Well, basically, a few months ago, I was a bit run down and I got shingles of all the things that you can get.
Partly expertly diagnosed by
you.
Thank you.
So I came in thinking I had hives and you were like, that is shingles.
Thank you.
And then I was really unwell with it. Anyway, as I began to heal, the rash went all, I mean, it's absolutely rank. Crusty. So if you're squeamish, don't listen, because this is a bit of a rank story, minus 1,000 aura. And it basically, like, it goes all crusty, it has to fall off. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. But sometimes I can get myself into conversations with people where I just start talking and I panic a little bit. And so I was at church and the vicar came to talk to me. And he asked me how I was. And at this point, I'd recovered. And I thought, I just tell a story. And he is so lovely. And I basically just like opened my mouth and I started saying, oh, well, you know, I've had shingles, but I'm recovering. And, you know, it's been a bit rank. Like I've had to pick my rash out of the bed in the morning. Like when it falls off, it's horrible. But like,
why am I telling him this? Of all the things I could tell him,
I'm picking my rash out of bed in the morning. So
how did he handle it?
Oh, he's so lovely. He just smiled and
smiled and waved.
It, and probably thought she is absolutely mental. And then ever since that, I'm like, why did I decide? Why am I telling podcasts now?
You've now told everybody.
Yeah.
It's now forever going to be in the atmosphere, that story about your shingle rash. My most awkward moment was I kind of made it awkward. Well, no, I let it be awkward. I got so many flowers the week after Mum died, didn't I? Like the house was actually like a jungle. And the postman came and he stood there and he'd got boxes of like, you know, Bloom and Wild type things, and he's standing there holding them all. And he said, oh, is it your birthday? Like, rule of being a postman, surely they tell you not. And I went, no, my mum's just died. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, don't worry, it's okay. But that was awkward for everybody, really for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, just a couple of things about the podcast, maybe. What do you think was the best podcast episode? Do you actually know what the best was?
The stats show.
In terms of stats?
Yeah, the best podcast this year in terms of number of watches and listens.
I don't even know what you're going to say.
I know. So it was Finding Your Spark Again without changing everything.
So like mini changes. Well, funny, we might do something about that in a few weeks' time.
So that was the best. And then I think the second best is the one with Jude potentially.
Which is probably one of my favourites.
Yeah.
I loved that. And I also loved the one I did with PJ Ellis. I thought that was fun. Feel like we've got a lot in common, and full Brummie mode with him. It was very funny, and we had lots of fun conversations. More guests in the new year. I reckon we should probably leave it at that,
I think that's our purpose for shoot.
That's our purpose for shoot, Christmas wrapped. Happy Christmas, everybody. You will be hearing from me over the Christmas period. If you're watching this in order, I'm just going to do 2 little short reflective podcasts over the Christmas period, so you can pop your ears in and have a think, or store them away for a quiet moment, maybe 10 minutes long. Won't be anywhere near as funny as this one, but might give you something to think about. Happy Christmas from us.